news presented by Summit Racing for April 26th, 2025. Y'all, going to be a good show. Cleetus is a bad influence. I'm just telling you right now, with his cheap RV videos, I want one. Eric knows he's tired of me sending him like examples of what we could do. Redwood Rally Chaos winners we've got down in here. Carolina Drag Cruise update. Big shout out to Jesse at 3G Video for those. The Capri build updates, and does Scott Mueller even need a drive shaft now that he's put the gear fenders on the back of the 33? Mr. Eric White, hit that intro. Let's get this thing going.
All right, let's do it.
There we go, dude. I'm excited about today. This is going to be awesome. I was actually just pulling up Facebook so I could share out the live stream because StreamYard and Facebook don't like each other. Do you know that?
Yeah, there's all kinds of weird stuff when it comes to that.
Dude, it's wild. StreamYard creates the event in Facebook, but Facebook will not share it to our page. So I've made it a point to once we go live, I always go share it to our groups. And yes, we hope that you will do that same thing. My name's Mike Narks. I'm the host of the Drag Drive Repeat News, which you're watching right now, and the show, which happens on Wednesday nights. And man, I'm telling you, it's been a big week in Drag and Drive. If you guys missed episode 103, go back and watch it after this live stream here. We had a great time then, and episode 104 stacking up to be the same. But today, man, we're talking everything Drag and Drive. Mr. Eric White, introduce yourself. Tell them what you got going on.
I am Eric White, co-host of the show and the news. Do a little bit of everything here, drag, drive, repeat related, intro videos like you just saw, artwork for us, artwork for the circuit, artwork for other drag and drive events. And the little time that I have outside of that, I have two YouTube channels myself, 815 LSX Swaps and Motorsports Paparazzi, which we'll talk about here in a little bit. It is going ham right now.
Man, that is for sure. Well, guys, one thing about it is we can't do this without y'all. I said a while ago, please hit the share button. I'm asking you to do it again. Listen, our race car friends make the world go round. I can't say it enough, man. I know people are tired of hearing me say that every week, but y'all, I'm telling you, it's really crazy. I was literally, it was midnight last night. I was worn down. It has been the craziest week ever, which we're going to talk about in a minute. And I was going to go to bed. I was like, screw it. I'm going to go to bed. Well, man, two posts I made like 3 days ago. Somebody commented on. I'm like, okay, fine. I'll read those. But you know how that goes, and you end up in, 15 more minutes. I end up going to bed about 12:30. So just want to say thanks to everybody that's out there that supports us, man. It really makes it awesome to be here. I'll tell you that much.
I think the race car friends has to be one of the coolest things that have came out of everything that we've done over the last few years. Like I see it all the time on Facebook. I see race car friends, and it's been cool. I really like that.
Yeah, and man, just the family we've created here within this community, it's just amazing. Like I say it all the time, dude. The Drag and Drive community is the best car community out there, bar none. And then our sponsors, I've actually been putting an email together to see if we can get Brian Nutter and Tommy Dupree on to talk about these crazy Pro LS blocks that Summit is building. Now, they also have small block Chevrolet, big block Chevrolet, small block Ford, all this stuff. So they went into a little bit of detail. We'll talk about that in a minute too. But y'all listen, thank you so much to our sponsors. I want to list them real quick. Summit Racing, Molly Motorsports, Deech Works, Driven Racing Oil, Howard's Cams, J-Wire Solutions, WAF Racing, Performer Built Transmissions, Car Chains 3D, Power Tube TV, Sweet Patina, and Racing Junk Classifieds. If you guys are, just shopping, man, go shop with those guys. If you're spending money, please do it over there. We would appreciate that for sure. It helps them support the community because a lot of these sponsors aren't just sponsors of ours. They're sponsors of a few different teams within Drag and Drive and other, companies and stuff like that. All right. Summit Racing Speed Legacy began in 1968 as a one-man startup and is now the world's speed shop with 4 facilities and 200 plus catalog edition that Eric's photos have been on the cover of. Fueling your passion, they save you money, they deliver fast, and offer top-notch customer service for more than 1,500 brands. Make sure to download the Summit Racing mobile app for easy access to speed parts. Find them on Facebook, YouTube, TikTok, and Instagram, or you can find them on the On All Cylinders podcast for more automotive discussions. From humble origins to the social media lane, Summit Racing stands by your need for speed. Find everything at summitracing.com. And y'all, like I said 42 seconds ago, Brian Nutter and Mike Galimi were on live on Summit yesterday or day before. This was a great interview, great conversation. They're literally talking about the new blocks and how they're going to be good and blah 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 blah, all that stuff. But one thing they talked about at the very end was like dollar per horsepower, right? So they've got, new, like I said, big block Chevrolet, small block Ford, LS line, all this kind of stuff. We went over that last week, right? This They're talking about like tons of upcoming articles. They're going to push the limits of these blocks. They're going to see if they make 2,500 horsepower with this block on an LS. And one thing that Galimi said is they're going to do a $25,000, 2,500 horsepower build. So it got me kind of kicking around. I'm like, man, $10 per horsepower at, 2,500 horsepower, $25,000. So at what point, like how cheaply can you make 1,000, right? How cheap can you make 1,500 horsepower? How cheap can you make 1,800, 2,000, and then 25,000 or 2,500 horsepower? Like where's that number really begin to accelerate drastically? Like, is it 12 or 1,500 you begin to really ramp up the cost there? I don't know. So I wanted to go to the public because I don't know that level of stuff. I know I have about 5 grand in making about 500 or 600 horsepower, but that's with everything. You know what I mean? So like, and I did a lot of that work. Me and Steven did a lot of that work together. I have decapped injectors, but that includes like transmission work, torque converter, all that kind of stuff. So I'm just wondering, yeah, JWire saying engine is part of the equation, right? So that's where that's the question. Jay hits it right on the head there. If you're talking about dollar per horsepower, I want to know. I want to know what people think. I want to know how cheaply you could make 1,000, including everything. Like, are you going to use a factory ECU to go to 1,000? Are you going to, you know, you know, injectors? Are you going to, could you use a stack of decaps? Could you put 2 sets of decaps in there, or are you going to go to, what's it take to get there? So, anyways, that really kind of had my brain kicking around all night. But you know what I didn't do? I didn't sit down and build a 1,500 horsepower LS and figure out all that math. So I want you guys to do that, and we'll cover some of those in episode 104 on the Drag Driver Pete show on Wednesday night. But I really hope that Tommy and Brian can come on soon. I know Tommy can't come on until after at least the 7th, which would be episode 105 for us. So we'll start looking at, mid-May to have them on, and surely by then they'll have some conversations. But also thinking now, maybe we have Mike Galimi on too to talk about some of the stuff because he's building like a 800 horsepower small block Ford or something like that for a car that they're doing at Hot Rod.
Yeah, that'd be cool too.
Yeah. So yeah, lots and lots of ideas floating around in my head, of course. I probably can't buy one of those Summit Pro LS blocks, but we can bench race around here, right?
Right. We can virtually build an engine.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Well, guys, while you're shopping on summitracing.com, make sure you jump over, type in Drag Driver Pete, pick you up one of the shirts, the hoodies, or the big brim hats that they've got over there that are the Drag Driver Pete Summit branded stuff. We appreciate them doing that and putting that out into the world, man. We had a huge first quarter with them. Just want to say thanks to everybody that has supported us through the Summit Racing brand.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, man. Let's talk about some Drag Driver Pete updates. Bro, like this has been somebody's messing with us right now. That's what it's got to be.
Yeah, we talked about this last weekend,
Oh my
and
God,
it's
dude.
better to stop looking. We'll
Yeah.
we'll pass it when you quit looking at it. It's like watching a pot of water boil.
Oh, well, so I've been following it pretty closely. Um, the follower count is so close to 100,000, but the crazy stuff with bots and all that stuff. So you'll gain like 8, lose 6, you know. So I've been checking it at like 10 a.m. and 5 p.m. Do not recommend that. Do not recommend that. I'm gonna start checking it every other day.
Yeah, and
That's
and
crazy.
Instagram seems to be the wildest one. That one I think
Oh,
it declines the most.
what's wild to me is like we can really go hard on Instagram and lose 30 subscribers or 30 followers. You know what I mean? Like, but what's crazy is it is, say you lose 200, but you've gained 180. So like you're growing, your follower count is consistently going up, but your follower count is going down. So, it's just this rotation. So anyways, if you're not doing it, follow us. That's what I'm saying. It's so frustrating. Uh, but another brand that is growing like wildfire is Motorsports Paparazzi, dude. Tell us what's going on.
Yeah, so for those that don't know, I started 815 LSX swaps 2020 in May, so coming up on 5 years. And very similar to how Drag Drive Repeat got started, I felt like going to events and stuff, and I was posting more things that were not LS related, posting Ford powered cars, and at the end of the day, yes, I do love my LS engines, but I love racing, I love motorsports, I love everything. So I created Motorsports Paparazzi 2 years ago, I believe.
Hmm.
Ran it up for a little while, took a break on it, didn't do anything for a while. Earlier this year, I started posting again, and it seems like everything that I post over there just does well. So I was like, let's run this up, let's keep pushing it. And one of the good things with you and I is that you go to a lot of events that are not drag and drive related as well, being a part of Tulsa and all that. So you send me some videos. I was at Jefferson swap meet yesterday, sent you a picture of that cool old rat rod truck. We got a video of
Hmm.
that rolling down the highway. All that to say, over the last, let's say, what, 3 days, 4 days, we've gained like 150 subscribers, 300,000 views. So far, it's all shorts on this channel right now,
Yep.
but we're sitting at 954 subscribers now. So 46 away from the magic 1,000. Still need tons of watch time because I don't post long format videos over there yet. To be monetized over there would take a little bit still, but the goal is the more events I go to, local stuff, maybe start doing some shorter. I don't want to do some crazy long videos over there, but some short like event recap stuff, and then
Hmm.
continue pushing the shorts. But so far it's been going crazy. Like I said, 300,000 over the last 3 days, 150 subscribers. It's been cool to see for sure.
That's awesome. I just dropped the link in the chat over there for you guys. Yeah, you got to drop your shorts, man.
Yeah, we're only at 100, and I think it was 125 posted on there, and we're
That's
almost
awesome.
to 1,000 subscribers and almost to 1 million views with
Yeah.
125 videos. So the
Well,
algorithm is hitting on that channel for whatever reason, and maybe
yeah.
like you and I talked, it's just because it's so broad that I can post anything. I can post
Hmm.
when we go to drag and drive events, when I'm here locally, if I'm at a Cars and Coffee, if I'm at a circle track or a drift event or mud bog, whatever,
Yeah.
all that stuff kind of fits within this channel. So
Well, and the cool thing is we've had this conversation a bunch behind the scenes, but like Nathan Buchanan runs sick cars and trucks and sick dirt track and all that kind of stuff, and that's what he does, man. Unique, cool cars, doing cool things. He's getting that content, and so that's one of the great things about the brand name, of course, and then also just the ability to be able to post all the neat stuff that's out there. So yeah, I mean, I love it. It gives us it gives you an opportunity to post more interesting stuff because here at Drag Drive Repeat, we are focused drag and drive only. There's very
right,
few times that we'll post anything that's not drag and drive related. All right.
yep,
Well, let's get to it, man. Let's talk about the circuit. y'all talk about one of the craziest weeks. It's just Jesus, sweet baby Jesus.
It's been
So,
wild.
oh man, listen, very little sleep, lots of stress this week for me, big time. The circuit obviously got postponed back early April, moved back to June 27th through 29th because it was the only weekend available for Tulsa and also Mocan. Tuesday, they made the call to cancel Funny Car Chaos or to postpone Funny Car Chaos at Tulsa Raceway Park. Well, the only weekend that worked was that same weekend. So, unfortunately, but fortunately, same time, it's kind of this twofold deal, right? We get Funny Car Chaos moves to June 27th through or June 26th through 28th. So they are going to race Friday and Saturday at Tulsa Raceway Park. That meant we no longer had an opportunity for Friday racing. So that sent me on a whirlwind of emotions, to say the least. Lots of frustration, lots of disappointment. But at the end of the day, like, I mean, really, I dug in and just called and called and called and talked to Jonathan Sonecipher and Steven and my wife and like you and like, what do we do? What do we look at? So end up talking to Tido at Ozark Raceway Park. Um, they were interested in it, but uh, couldn't give me an answer immediately. Probably turned out for the better. We're going to end up throwing a racer party, which is really, I mean, to be honest, it's what I wanted to do in the first place. I think a racer block party is going to be more fun on Friday. It's going to keep the drive a lot shorter, and we're going to listen. Weekend events are about fun. It's not about killing your car to do this and making it hard. Basically, we would have turned what is a 300-mile event into a 470 or 500-mile event, and we're not racing on Friday. We would have raced on Friday, but we would have finished tech on Friday morning and then drove 200 miles and raced, which is great because that's the way Rocky Mountain is set up. Love it. To drive and race in the evening, not tech and drive. But that would have made Saturday very hard because you'd have had, if you didn't leave and get partially from Rogersville at Ozark towards Joplin, you were looking at like a 130-mile drive, then race, then get back in the car and drive 140 miles so you can be at the racer party Thursday or Saturday night in Tulsa. So like you would have had a 200-mile drive that day, then nearly a 300-mile drive on Saturday with racing in the middle. That's what killed it. We can do those kind of drives, but to have 270 miles, but also have two switchovers in the middle, man, it would have just been so tough. So the current plan for the schedule, the greatest thing about all of that is it keeps everything the same, right? That was my main thing. We had already had to move hotels. People had gotten shafted on a few hotels. I hate that. Believe me, I hate it. Um, this way, everything stays the same. All of the work put into the racer pre-party, all of the work put into the racer party, all of the route stops, all of the everything stays the same. Now we just have to put together a badass block party, in like 2 months. So the work has not stopped at all, but some of that work is off my plate now. So Thursday, we're going to do early tech. We're going to open it to everybody. So I'm going to refund everybody's VIP tech. I know that was donation money, but listen, it's easier for me to do that because we're going to open it to everybody. I don't care to try and move VIP people ahead of non-VIP. It's too hard. So I'm going through today, refunding everybody's VIP tech. We're going to do that. Then we're going to party that night, 6 to 9 p.m., Los Cabos in Owasso, Oklahoma. We're going to have a blast. Friday morning, everybody's free to go Thursday night. They can do whatever they want, right? Friday morning, we're going to finish the remaining tech, try and run that till at the latest till 10 a.m., maybe 11 with some stragglers. And then we're going to hit the route. We're going to drive right through the middle of the pits with all these funny cars that have toter homes and trailers and all that kind of stuff. We're going to drive our hot rods right through the middle of all that on our way out to hit the road. We're going to do the block party. Again, I'm working on Galena is my number one choice. I would love to have Galena just because it has such a cool backdrop. Aaron at Gearhead Curios is awesome. Brian at Hot Rod Hangout is awesome. Those are on opposing ends of town. If we can put 200 of our cars or 100 of our cars in there, that would be awesome, because then once I get that locked in, I'm going to absolutely hammer local car clubs, local cities, local Facebook pages, regional Facebook pages. I want this thing to be gigantic. Like I want next level shit for the block party. I want to take over whatever town we end up in. I've put Joplin or Galena area. Obviously, Galena is my number one choice. I would love to have Galena because we're going to be there so much. Saturday, we're going to race at Mocan 10 to 3. Saturday night, racer party 6 to 9 at back in Tulsa at Broken Arrow Lanes. And then Sunday, we're racing at Tulsa Raceway Park. And listen to me when I tell you this. We're going to be going after 3,500 to 5,000 horsepower funny cars. The track is going to be on point, to say the least. This is going to be insane, the amount of traction that the track is going to have. So should be pretty awesome. Anyways, that's the updates on the circuit. Y'all, it's been a crazy week. We went to the public to vote to see who, what everybody wanted to do. Did you want to take the struggle? Did you want to do the block party? Thankfully, the block party won. So now I can work on that. So anyways, that's the circuit updates. The circuit 2025 is going to be so wild. And big shout out to Colt Beck, who tagged Kyle Loftus in the post I made last night, and Kyle Loftus replied back. So
Food trucks too? Is that on your list of things for a block party?
I don't know if I want to do food trucks, because there's 2 or 3 restaurants along Main Street in Galena.
Okay.
And I think I would rather support them than bring in a bunch of food trucks. I know food trucks would be easier, but if we're going to take over, let's take over and really help Galena, have a huge week, have a huge night.
Yeah, if there's restaurants there, that makes sense.
Yeah.
And
Yep.
I would say for all those that are getting refunds on your VIP, if that we will have other ways to donate if you still want to donate to the youth services of Tulsa. We will have ways to donate. So
yeah, and listen, I figured that's probably what's going to happen, but it's just easier to refund those things.
Oh, for sure.
All right, let's get rolling, man. Tell us about some Driven Racing Oil event updates.
All right, Driven Racing Oil is the performance engine oil that can do it all. GP1 is the ultimate oil for any race or performance application. Whether you're launching hard at the drag strip, enduring the extreme heat of off-road and circle track, or even pushing limits in top fuel drag boats or demo derbies, winning racers choose GP1. It's compatible with engines from classic hot rods to cutting-edge race machines. GP1's unique surface cling and high zinc formulation ensures superior wear protection, particularly for flat tappet camshafts, while solving issues like cylinder washout with methanol and ethanol fuels. It's crafted from the legendary Bradford, Pennsylvania-based oil, then enhanced with the state-of-the-art additive packages. GP1 offers the best in protection and performance. And you guys know, drivenracingoil.com is where you can go to pick up your oil or any merchandise. And Driven Racing Oil on Facebook and Instagram is their social media where you can head over and follow them.
Yeah, they've been doing a great job. Well, man, I tell you, somebody else has been doing a great job. Sick Week. Dang,
Yeah.
bro. They're back on the USA Today top 10 or top best, whatever, 10 best motorsports race. You see now there's only, as of last night when I pulled this, there was only 2 days and 12 hours left. So obviously I voted again, and you can vote every 10 minutes. I didn't get a second vote because I was off busy doing other stuff, but you guys can do it. And we got to do this. We got to support this race. We got to support that. I mean, it's getting voted USA Today's 10 best motorsports races. That's pretty cool. They won it last year. Can we make it a repeat? Because again, that helps the drag and drive community, helps us all grow. So this is a big deal. So jump over there. SICTA magazine's been posting this link a lot. I just went into that, clicked the vote button, and on my way. I mean, it literally took me 14 seconds to vote.
Yeah.
So
yeah, USA Today is that's just another way to get drag and drive out in front of other people. So this is a good deal here. So take some time, go make your votes.
That is for sure. All right, talk about some Carolina Drag Cruise stuff, man.
Yep. So 60 racers for Carolina Drag Cruise, 26 entries into the practice tree tournament. So that's awesome. That seems like that would be a ton of fun.
And we're
And
gonna find out.
yeah, Mel White is the winner of that. So congratulations there.
Yeah,
And
won him 1,000 pennies.
yeah, I saw that 1,000 pennies. I liked that. And they're hitting the road now for a 150-mile cruise. So good luck to all of those who are out on that cruise, and enjoy it. Should be a good time.
Right. And big shout out to Jesse Fox, 3G Video. If you guys aren't familiar, he's one of the only media guys that are here at this event. So big shout out to him. These are some photos he took yesterday from a photo shoot that he put together for Carolina Drag Cruise. This is going to be awesome, man. His coverage is always great. He obviously does YouTube videos, and then as a professional photographer, travels around the country doing it. So it's pretty awesome.
Those look great.
Yeah, man. And 60 cars is big for Carolina Drag Cruise. I think last year they had 30 something. So they've more
Mhm.
than doubled, and they're, 150 miles is no joke.
Right.
All right. Let's
Sure.
talk about Woodstock and Roll happening today, Edgewater Motorsports Park. Look at our boy John Sears in the right there. He is full on Woodstock ready.
Yeah, no doubt.
So if you guys don't know, John Sears handles a ton of the like the rules and stuff that go into any kind of racing. Radio racing. He helps with Drag Illustrated's Winter Series. He is the I guess technical director for Midwest Drag Race Series. I mean, this guy knows what he's talking about, and he's helping them put on this race here. So pretty awesome, pretty awesome. And they're leaving on their drive about 30 minutes ago.
Nice.
Yep. So they'll be out and about. Oh no, hour and a half ago. So they should be getting back here because they have like shakedown and runs now, and then they'll be going into the index eliminations and stuff like that later today.
That should be cool.
Oh yeah. That's that's an interesting event because it's not just a drag and drive; it's a huge party. Like they've got a big concert tonight and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, that's cool.
So big shout out to Tom and Julie who are out there in the is that a GTO?
Looks like it.
Yeah, they're out there in that car, just cruising around, man, having fun. They are big supporters of us here at Drag Driver Pete, and obviously all of Drag and Drive. They attend a ton of events, and so they're out there having fun this weekend. Oh, didn't want to show you that yet.
And then there
Yeah.
are no events until after
Yeah.
Plates and 28th until Back to the Streets, which is May 21st through 25th. So got about a month until we have another event. So again, Back to the Streets is Muncie, Bunker Hill, and Brown County. Brown County, no prep. Like, come on, that's going to be pretty
Yeah.
awesome there. That
Yeah.
is a legit no prep. Like, have you seen the track, Brown County? Like,
Man,
that's going to be super cool. And then,
I'm telling you, it's gonna blow that spot up, man. Back to the
yeah,
Streets is gonna be huge this year, and it's gonna be even huger next year.
yeah. And you can see the trophy here on screen. For those that are on the podcast, jump over to the YouTube, check it out. These are pretty sweet. Like, I mean, that's really cool.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of this. I mean, he just really knocked it out of the park. He's always done really well. This is really, really cool though.
Yep. And then they're going to have two announcers. They'll have Lil Carter on the mic and Josh Castle, which you might remember from Midwest Drags.
Yeah, this is going to be, man, two announcers is really cool because it gives one dude the time to go out and talk to racers. So you can get those stories, come back, both of you go over them. Then the other guy goes out and gets stories, come back, and they go over them. It's going to be awesome, man. This is a cool event.
Right. And plus, like we always talk about on the show, it gives a little bit of banter back and forth. The people listening don't have to listen to just one voice all day. You get, back and forth. So I'm a big fan of that. I like it.
Yeah, from my one time of announcing at Heads Up Hustle, which I'll be announcing again, being by yourself up there is tough because you're really conversating, and it's real hard to not slide into the just making the calls, for the races,
Right.
because these guys won't have that. They're not going to have scoreboards. I don't even know how they're setting up. I'm sure they'll race front side at Brown County, but like, are they going to race front side at Muncie? Are they going to race, half track at one of the other tracks like we did last year or in 23 at Lapeer? It's, man, good
Yeah.
luck to it. It's going to be a blast.
Yeah, anytime you're talking to yourself when there's nobody to talk back to you makes it definitely a little tougher. So
Yep.
those guys are going to have a good time. That'll be fun.
Oh yeah. All right. Well, let's talk about Havlic's race, man. Did you see these announcements he made yesterday?
Yeah, this is awesome. This is great news.
Oh. Larry Larson has committed to the event, but not only did he commit, he's bringing the S10 and the Nova. So
Yes.
yeah, pretty bad to the bone. This is gonna be really awesome. If you guys aren't following Hot Rods by Havlik, you need to do that. We're going to really start ramping up our coverage of that event just because it's really what kicked off all of this that we love. Plus, there's a ton of drag and drive racers that are going. So, confirmed Drag Week legend times two. Your eyes aren't deceiving you. The baddest street legal S10 on the planet is coming to the second annual Havlik's Fastest Streetcar Shootout tribute race presented by Redline Synthetic Oil and the Pro Street Elite Show and Cruise presented by RDB Racing at Cordova Dragway, August 14th through 17th. And then he says, not only is Larry bringing the OG Chevy 2, he's also bringing the big gun S10 for some action. So, just so you know, the S10 was the first street legal car in the fives. Chevy 2 is still the quickest car in Rocky Mountain Race Week history. Still
Yeah.
holds it 10 years later. So
Yep.
pretty awesome. Going to be, I mean, listen, in that guy is, it's going to turn it up. It's going
Yeah.
to be really cool to watch this go down.
This should be on everybody's schedule, even if you're not there to race. This is an event that you should go and spectate, support Havlik's Fastest Streetcar Shootout. Last year was a ton of fun, so many cool cars, and this year it's just going to be even bigger and better. You know, already they've got so much stuff going on with the drag and drive stuff, and this again, this should be on your list. This should
Yeah.
be one that you want to go to, and again, at least spectate, support. You will have a blast, I promise.
Yep. And this is one cool thing I helped put together for Brian. The last time Larry Larson raced in a drag and drive was in 2017. So it's been nearly 10 years since he's done that. So he's back. I think this is going to just kick off the return. So maybe he can use Havlic's as a test bed to come out and make a run for Drag Week later.
Yeah, is that going to give him the itch that he needs?
Oh man, please bring it on. All right, man. Let's talk about DeechWorks. I'll do this one. DeechWorks is a leading manufacturer of high performance fuel system components. The DW product line includes fuel injectors, pumps, filters, modules, fuel rails, regulators, filters, lines, and fittings, plus some surge tanks engineered to support power levels 400 to 2200 horsepower. Since its founding, DeechWorks has been committed to delivering quality, innovation, and precision to the automotive performance industry. Every DW product line is built to maximize reliability and efficiency, which is exactly what we need in drag and drive, ensuring optimal performance fueling solutions for racers, tuners, and performance enthusiasts worldwide. With a focus on engineering excellence and industry leading customer support, DeechWorks continues to drive the future of high performance fueling.
You betcha.
All right, let's talk about some car chain stuff, man. Corey has been killing it. Car Chain should be your first choice for custom 3D printed parts for your project car. Corey can take your idea to reality. Maybe you're looking for that special car guy gift they can't get anywhere else. Corey can produce a one-off keychain for that special person's special car. Find more at carchains3d.com or on social by searching for Car Chains 3D on Facebook and Instagram. And I just want to talk about this, bro. Look at the Camaro center console there with the Terminator
Right,
dash in, or
right.
Terminator handheld. That's so cool, man.
Yeah, it's clean, it fits perfect, looks nice. Like
Yeah.
he kills it with that stuff for sure. And even the
Yep.
one on the right there, you know, the
Yep.
Fox body one, like that install is just so clean. Like it looks like it's meant to be there.
Well, and the cool thing is like it's not in the way anymore. It's not like velcroed to the dash to fall off while you're driving. It's like it's mounted there, dude. That looks so badass.
Yeah, it does look super good.
Yeah, big shout out to him. Redwood Rally is what we're covering today during the segment here for Car Change 3D. The Chaos Cruise, absolutely crazy. We talked on Wednesday night. I didn't know that they were doing a bunch of trophies and stuff.
Yeah,
bro.
me neither.
They've got some fun stuff like wildest build, sounds cool. Most chaotic pass, love that idea. Best burnout, our favorite shitbox. Come on. Is there a more I think we need to do that at the circuit. And then most chaotic journey is just to name a few of them. I mean, it's crazy. And we'll break down. They didn't put names with the winners. So I'm going to reach out to Jesse and Heather later today and see who these winners are and what they won because I can't read that from here.
Yeah.
So
Tons of cool pictures
congratulations.
though.
Oh yeah.
And looks like a bunch of cool cars. So looks
Yeah.
like this was a great turnout.
Yeah. Huge event here. I'm I thought about this morning as I was walking out to the shop. The brand, like the drag and drive event promoters are now it's grown. Like it's
Yes.
not just event promotion anymore, right? Everybody's taking that next step. Like these guys and a lot of other promoters are building a brand around this. They're doing things. They're not just one event a year. Now with Rocky Mountain having two events a year, you begin to see so many more Rocky Mountain shirts around, and these things begin to grow. And that kind of that's the kind of thought we need as we lead into the next decade of drag and drive races.
Yeah, and it's just like we talk all the time. When you've had a car for many years and it's ironed out, you can start doing additional stuff. It's
Hmm.
kind of the same thing with promoting. Once you get your event lined out the way you want it and things are running smoothly, then you can start going on to what's that next thing. And that's exactly what they've done here. Their
Yep.
Redwood Rally event is doing great. And, then they put together this, a little bit smaller of event, and it does the same thing. It brings people into the bigger event. It puts their name out there more. So this is awesome to see.
Well, and especially like for a company like them that has something, there's no other drag and drives around them really.
Mhm.
So to put on something like this, I mean, it's a huge undertaking to do a weekend event, and they did it and had a great turnout because now it gives those racers that are coming for Redwood Rally later in the year, it gives them a chance to all get together and hang out. So it's pretty awesome, man. Big shout out to Redwood Rally and the team out there. And shout
Yep,
out
for
to
sure.
Raj this morning. Good morning, sir. See he's
Yes,
popping in here. And let's talk about the man of the hour, bro. God dang it. This
yes.
guy.
Just as we were starting the show this morning, I seen he was on the NASCAR YouTube channel doing, like pre-race interview type stuff. So I didn't get a chance to watch that, but I am trying to get caught up on the cheap RV challenge. Made it through the first video. I'm on to the second video right now. And listen, this is incredible. If you don't want to go out and buy a $5,000 RV after watching this and hang out
Yep.
with your buds after this, dude, I don't know what to tell you. They are having
Yeah.
so much fun. It's awesome.
It's wait till you get to episode 2.
Yeah,
They had a blast, let's just say. And it's really been fun to watch this go down, right? So obviously a huge great idea. He's going somewhere. They need somewhere to stay. I know he doesn't. They have the big toter home, all that kind of stuff. But like, dude, this is so much fun. Yeah, Dirty Panda. I'm literally browsing Marketplace for an RV. Bro, that's what we're going to talk about this morning.
I was doing the same thing last night.
Yeah. So of course, our buddies over at the Bucket List Mob, Mike Heston, I mean, there's 8 guys on the Bucket List Mob. Love this. They ended up, and I don't know. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't know why he sent this to me. I don't know if it was to rub it in and make us jealous, or
Probably.
to motivate us to go find something. But they ended up with a '73 Winnebago for free. Okay. Yeah. This one for free. It's all one color. Roof isn't torn off of it or anything. Um, I'm sure some family friend, whatever. So when you put good things in the world, good things happen to you, right? The Bucket List Mob puts good things in the world all the time. Love their channel. They do great stuff. They're fun. Just a hell of a bunch of good guys. And this is exactly what I'm looking for, right?
Yes.
Like there's a lot of regular RVs. Oh, he said his aunt. Yeah, perfect. So they go over the video that they show here is them getting it started, right? That was their whole thing. Will it start? Well, they got it started. It's at their shop. They're working, you know what I mean? Like, so they got it started, got it running. What all that took to do. Video is great. Love it. I love the will it start videos. Now, will it drive is what you do next, which is what we want to see them do because they haven't touched this thing in a year, bro. So
Yeah.
get on it. We want to know, will it drive? And then, from there, how you do the inside and how, listen, 4 adult men in this, too many people, too many people to stay in it. But I think it would be so much fun. And that's what Cleetus is doing. I think we're going to see an RV tax come up for sure. So if you're going to look for a cheap RV, do it now. And I'm telling you, if I can find one, man, I really want to take one on Mega Week.
Yeah.
Really, really bad. I think that would be a ton of fun. If we don't make Mega Week, I'm taking the cart, obviously, and I may just buy a rooftop tent and camp all week, but definitely going to do something before Drag Week. I'm
Yeah.
gonna have something before Drag Week, whether I gotta sell my daily driver and buy something. I'm gonna have something before then. We're gonna dropping my kids off at school in this thing.
Oh yeah.
Like, sorry, kiddo, that's my daily now. It'll
Especially if
come
you
through
drive it.
here. Yeah.
Especially if you drive it like Cleetus says, where you're just rocking the thing,
Yeah.
pulling up to drop off your kids.
Listen, if it'll do a wheelie, I'll do it. Wait, what? Dude, don't you threaten me right now. Do
For
not threaten me. Oh,
those that can't see this, the bucket list mod here says trying to get this going for you to use at Mega Week.
bro, that would be so awesome. That would be awesome. Let's talk after this. I'll call you. And if you guys aren't doing it, please go over, follow, subscribe to the Bucket List Mob. They got to do it. We're racing the cluster truck. Yeah, so they'll be at Mega Week in the gasser truck. So it's going to be so cool. But yeah, big shout out to them. And yeah, if that can happen, man, that'd be so cool. And I'll come up there and we'll ride down together. We'll drive it together. But yeah, that's my ultimate goal. I think one of these would make one of the best podcast studios. I think it would be a ton of fun. You and I were having this conversation last week, or on episode 103. Take something like this. I don't want a bathroom in it. I don't want stove and oven and all that kind of stuff in it because I'm going to put a grill on the outside. All that kind of stuff. I think I just want to like gut it, have a small room in the back for all my crap and a bed, twin size bed, and then have like a full on podcast editing studio in the front. That way we could crank in AC. I've said that since the very beginning. I want the thing to be like 60 degrees when it's 107 outside. I think this would be a really, really be a ton of fun to just cruise the country in and have the opportunity to talk to so many different people. It's going to be wild, man. It's
Well,
going to be wild.
if you do a couch with a pull-out bed, you don't even need a bed in the back
No,
then.
they're not comfortable enough. So what Eric and I talked about the other day.
This
Yeah,
isn't meant to be comfortable.
dude, you need like if you're going to be on that couch for 2 or 3 hours on a podcast, it's got to be comfortable, and it can't be like moving around. So Eric and I talked about this the other day. Do we fly into Drag Week 2 days beforehand, pick up a janky RV and just sawzalls and sledgehammer the inside out and go to Goodwill for 2 couches and throw them in there? I don't know. We're gonna do something dumb. And if the guys can get this thing going before Mega Week and let me use it at Mega Week, it will only make it worse.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
Yeah. So, anyways, big shout out Bucket List Mob. You guys are awesome. If that can work out, I'm in. All right, man.
Michael, yep, Michael here saying Carolina Drag Cruise just left for the cruise. 42 of 48 cars made the start of the cruise.
Nice. That's awesome, man. Well, that's their biggest year yet. So congratulations to them.
All right, gentlemen's agreement. You know the deal. We talk about this every show. We do this because we love it. If you guys are enjoying this, hit that like button, that follow button, subscribe button, whatever it is, wherever you're watching. Help us get to that 100,000 mark that Mike's been so desperately keeping an eye on. He needs to get some sleep. He needs to get past that mark so he can sleep.
Yeah.
Again, this is just our little agreement. You show us some love, and we're going to keep delivering the content that you came here for. Mega week, more like Dega week. Love it, Dirty Panda. And then again, race car friends. We talked about it at the beginning. We're going to talk about it again. You guys are our race car friends. We appreciate everybody here this morning on a Saturday morning, tuning in, listening to us talk about drag and drive, making comments, all that stuff. And again, can't do this without our sponsors. They make everything we do possible. Summit Racing, Deechworks, Molly Motorsports, Driven Racing Oil, Howard's Cam, J-Wire Solution, WAF Racing, Performabuilt Transmissions, Car Chains 3D, PowerTube TV, Sweet Patina, and Racing Junk.
That's awesome. Alrighty, and PowerTube, man, I'm telling you, these guys, whoo, rev up your engines, get ready with PowerTube TV, the ultimate destination for automotive entertainment. Stream for free on the web, Roku, mobile apps, and more. Pinks 2.0 is coming to PowerFest event with a winner take all 8-car shootout. Pastime is coming back later this year. And so make sure you download the app to your phone or smart TV. But y'all, Brian Bassone called out some racers, man. Woo-hoo, he was a little bit like in a live stream to cross your arms like that. You're either really intent and paying attention. You see me do that a lot with a guest on here, or you're mad. So he was a little frustrated, to be honest. It was fun to watch. Listen, he called out some people from New York that had signed up, said they were coming, and then they didn't. Now they backed out. They won't answer the phone, all that kind of stuff. So he's like, they had 40 people request to be on the show. They cut that to like 16 because they knew they would have some people fall out, in testing or whatever. And then like 3 guys from New York just didn't answer the phone. So they finally get a hold of them. They're like, "Oh, we're busy. We can't do it." He's like, "Man, we spent hours and hours and hours talking to you on the phone. You signed all the agreements. This wasn't like, hey, yeah, we're going to come. It was like, yeah, we're coming. And now you're just a flake." So he was a little upset. So, anyways, there's some spots open if you want to take advantage of the Pinks All Out call, or not Pinks All Out call out. The what do they call it? It's Pinks 2.0.
Yep.
So, and it's an 8-car shootout. So, we talked about it on episode 103. We've got the What No Way guy. We've got Rich Guido and Kyle Williams and Matt Blasco helping the What No Way guy. We've got Justin Nunley from TikTok and YouTube. He's building an S10 to give away. Who else? Hidden Motorsports. Those guys have a car being built. James Rowlett has a car that he's building to do this race with. Man, it's gonna be awesome to watch.
Yeah, no doubt. That's going to be exciting.
Oh yeah. All right, man. Do the Molly Reed for us, please, sir.
All right. Attention, high performance enthusiasts and racers. Meet the Molly Motorsports Power Pack Kit, your ultimate solution for power packed performance. These power pack pistons are made from either 4032 aluminum alloy to allow for tighter cylinder to wall clearances and improved temperature stability, or the 2618 alloy to allow for increased detonation resistance. So what sets Molly apart? It's their forged pistons, their Grafal coating, and their phosphate treatment for peak performance and durability. Elevate your ride with Molly Motorsports, where performance meets precision. Visit mollymotorsports.com for more details. And for all you podcast listeners, again, Molly is spelled Mahle.
All right, let's talk about something that doesn't have pistons in it.
That is correct. So
Yeah,
Alan and Nicole Ledesma, Rocky Mountain Race Week legends, have upgraded their Mach-E Mustang with this 2024 model. So, they did that event. We had them on the show. They talked about planning out all their charging stations and all the struggle they went through to make that happen. And now they have just upgraded to the 2024 Mach-E.
Yeah, this is going to be interesting because they won first. They took first and second place with Nicole winning 13.0 street class, the index class. They've upgraded from the 23 to 24 GT performance model, and then this allows them to move up to the 12.0 index. But congratulations to them, are in order because Nicole can't come down this year because it's going to be too hot for a pregnant lady to be out doing drag and drive stuff. So Alan says here, he said, my wife, first place winner last year, will be out of competition this year. I had to resort to extreme measures to keep her from beating me again. So in August, we'll welcome an addition to our family with a little boy.
That's one heck of a extreme measure.
Yeah,
sure.
right. Yeah. Good job, bud. Good job. Glad she didn't have a headache that night. And listen, I'm proud of you guys. This is going to be awesome. And good luck in 12-0, man. It gets increasingly harder the faster you go at Rocky Mountains index stuff.
Yeah, for sure.
All right. Howard's Cams community.
All right, let's hit this video and keep going.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Harris from the Monoxide Podcast. Real quick, Howard's Cams was founded as a racing cam manufacturer almost 80 years ago when Howard Johansson created Howard's Power and Racing Equipment in 1945. Howard's Cams has always used on-track experience to design the most powerful designs, and today they have an even greater group of experienced racers in circle track, drag racing, road race, mud bog, and marine. They use all this input plus the most advanced computer software to design the most competitive race-winning products. From pioneers in drag racing and oval track to cutting-edge marine development, Howard's Cams is at the forefront of the industry. So make sure to reach out to our friend, Luke B, for your next valve train upgrade.
Oh my goodness. Are you seeing this?
Did you see that?
Yeah. So just so you guys know, Michael Heston just sent over another RV that's $2,500, dude. And it's, oh man, hang on. I got to share this. I got to share my screen. How do I share my screen here? Hang on.
It's I'm digging it.
Dude, look at the roof. Look at the ceiling.
Yeah.
Come on.
Like pin-up painting.
Yeah. Oh man, that's awesome. Yeah, something cool like this is what I want.
Yeah,
right?
Rotating a captain chair for the passenger there.
Oh, for sure. That's what you got to have, right? So something similar to this, something ugly, generator that works well, good bones, because I can build off of that. This one is a little bigger than the Brave. This one's a Chieftain, so it's probably 24 or 6 foot. I wish it told there. Which is, the good thing about like the Brave, I wonder if it tells on that. No. The good thing about the Winnebago Brave like they have is that it's still pretty small. You can cruise around in something like that pretty easy. I don't want a really big RV because typically most of the time it'll just be me in the thing. But I don't know. That's kind of cool.
It is. It is very cool.
Yeah. And it's in Arkansas. Damn it. Let's see where this is.
What are you waiting for?
Oh man, that's only about 5 hours from me. Dang it. All right.
Close enough.
Yeah, appreciate that. Okay, let's run into this last bit here for the Howard's Cam community segment. Again, big shout out to Luke B and the team at Howard's Cams for being on board for so long, man. It's like our 3rd year with them. Love it. And if you need any kind of valve train advice, obviously parts and technical stuff, holler at Lukey B. He's our guy. We love him. He is I don't know, man. We pick his brain all the time. All right. Well, let's talk about the Capri build. I said this earlier. I was messaging back and forth with Josh. If you guys remember, we had him on live. This was like a 1-day build. They were going to put, they were going to take this car from the field woods, right? Has no motor, no transmission, no anything, and they were going to upgrade it, put a turbo LS in it, and sadly, everybody knows we had to scoot back the circuit. So this car didn't need to be finished at that time, but we had him on that morning. There was like 10 friends over. They were having a blast. This is where they got the lower right photo is where they got at the end of 1 day. He said they got about 80% done. Their 7:50 p.m. update was turbo kit is 80% done, fuel system 80%, engine wiring is done, trans cross member, battery in with kill switch, radiators mostly in. Obviously, that's a then it probably set for a little bit, to be honest. But he sent me these photos right here today. So I asked, hey, can we get an update real quick because we're going to talk about it on the show? And he sent these over. So you guys can see the front clip is back on it. Fuel cell is in it. seats in it, all that kind of stuff. Like this car is close, man. He said it's
Yeah.
95% done. So he's been full steam ahead on the S10, getting it ready for Mega Week. He said, oh, it's 95% done, just a little bit of wiring left to do. How awesome is that, man?
That's pretty cool.
Yeah,
That's
that's
a
pretty freaking cool to have
that's a
that so close.
yeah, and that's a fun build when you get to do that with all your buddies.
Yeah, you talked about the Volvo build that you guys did in Arkansas there. I mean, that dude, just awesome, fun stuff. Like more cars should be built like this, and cars that you don't care about. If you guys want to hear the full story, you can see it on episode 88, where we talk about our full story about Josh. We talk about it on episode 88 when him and a guy named Mike Smith actually met in the staging lanes to be co-pilots for the week.
Yeah.
Super cool stuff. That was a fun episode to hear them talk about. And then he's been plugging away on. He actually says it here, still plugging away on this S10, which we talked about on episode 88 as well. This is a leaf spring truck. Bought it because it was, I mean, this truck's built to go very, very fast. Full tube chassis.
Right.
Price started to 6.0, whatever, who knows? But he's building it for Mega Week. So this is a very recent picture. This is like from this week or last week of the truck, and we have 34 days or something like that, 35 days to Mega Week. I think we have 35 days today to Mega Week.
Shoo.
Crazy.
Mike's being a bad influence now. Did you see the other one he just sent? Winnebago for $1,000.
No. Man, that's been the hardest part, right? Is you can find them. Oh man, yeah, that's exactly what I want. That's the shorty one and everything.
Yeah.
I'm not going to show that one because we gotta wrap this show up here momentarily. But I'm going to be looking. It's only $1,000. I mean, dude, that's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, the question of the day, right here: is Scott Mueller even going to need a drive shaft with this Gearvendor, dude?
About that big.
Man, this is going to be the tiniest drive shaft ever because where this transmission's sitting in relation to the car would probably have to go back to about where the bell housing ends there, at least, maybe further back from what you're looking at there. So this is going to be pretty wild. This car has, for a long time, was limited to 850. They went in over the winter, put in a 750 cage, and now they're turning it up. And now, I'm sure they went with a deeper gear to go faster, all that kind of stuff. And so a Gearvendor will only help with, going faster because you can go a deeper gear, get back into the RPMs you need to. Man,
I want to see that drive shaft when he's done.
Dude, listen, I'm going to message you after this and be like, please send the picture.
Yeah. Show us you taking it out of your pocket before you put it in.
Right. Is that a drive shaft in your pocket, sir? Nope. Just happy to see the car.
Right on.
Yeah, dude. And then, so if you guys haven't seen it, 1320 video again posted what are the best races coming up in the USA. Looking for something June to August. And I love you guys. Thank you so much to all of our race car friends for commenting with the circuit. I think there were like 15 or 18 out of 50 people that had commented with the circuit in there. So I appreciate that. And again, shout out to Colt Beck for tagging Kyle in the post that we that I made last night. So hopefully, fingers crossed. I would have hated for them to come down and have missed the circuit, but maybe they can make it the second time. And obviously with a huge block party, it would give them a ton of content because I've been hearing about street races already. So not at the block party, but somewhere relatively close.
Yep.
All right.
Last segment to wind down the show. Racing Junk Classifieds. Are you looking to buy or sell your dream car or parts? Racing Junk Classifieds has you covered. They are the official buy-sell partner of Drag Driver Pete and your go-to destination for everything from race cars to trailers, engines, and more. So join the Racing Junk community today and experience the ultimate marketplace for gearheads like you. Visit racingjunk.com right now and check out. There are 29 cars that are currently in the drag and drive category. So today we've got a couple of pickup trucks that I'm going to show. And then that's how we will end the show. So let me share these. First up is a 85 S10. So nice looking color there.
Nice.
15,000.
Somebody tag Travis Wise.
Yeah, there you go. 15,000. You can see it's got a Motion Racework steering wheel in there, a couple of Kirkies. Only a few pictures, but definitely a good looking truck, I think, for 15. It's got a build sheet on it, over 18,000 invested, clear North Carolina title. This is just a roller, so somebody's going to need to drop in your own engine or trans. But it has a freshly built 8.8 from a Ford Explorer, 35 spline, quick performance axles, strange forged yoke, Motive 410 gears, Mosier full spool, griddle cover, 5/8 drag racing lug studs, Sanders wheels, Ticket Thompson tires. Ticket Thompson.
Probably supposed to be Mickey Thompson. It just autocorrect. Dang you, autocorrect.
Yeah, probably right. Mickey Thompson tires, Motion Racework column and wheel, a Hurst shifter, and tons of new parts. So not bad. Belmont, North Carolina.
Sweet.
So, if you're out there in that area looking for a nice S10 to build, again, roller here, drop in your motor and trans, and you are good to go.
Yeah, that's a great color.
And the second one here is a 94 Ford drag truck, a little more, 39,000 here.
Is that a Ford Ranger?
That's a Ford freaking Ranger. So there's a video here which you can watch of it running. Here's some more photos.
Pro Street setup or something.
Yeah, it definitely kind of looks like that. I'm a fan of the S10 personally, but this is a good looking truck too. Tons of parts here. I'm not going to read through all this because they've listed out a lot of parts down here. So you can see as I'm scrolling through, if you're watching, tons of parts here. Again, nice little drag truck here for 39,000.
Wow, I mean that is good looking with the step side and stuff like that. I'm a fan of that truck.
Yeah, not bad. So this one is in what do we got? Halsell? Yeah, I don't know. Pennsylvania. Yeah. It's out in Pennsylvania. 94 awesome. Ford Ranger drag truck, 39,000. Again, Racing Junk Classifieds is where you can go. Again, official buy-sell partner of Drag Drive Repeat. 29 vehicles in the drag and drive category, so plenty of vehicles in there for whatever you're looking for.
Well, perfect, man. Let's roll this thing out of here and get to our day. Y'all, thank you again for being our race car friends. You guys are awesome. We've said it several times this show. Love you guys. Thank you for everything that you do for us and keep us, man, motivated. Really, to be honest, all the time. It's so much fun. If you have a story you would like us to cover, man, tell us. Let us know. Send a message. Me, Eric, send a message to the page, whatever. If you got something cool going on, we want to know about it. A lot of times the way I find all these stories and Eric finds these stories is, man, we're just looking. We're searching, thinking, we're trying to go through names in our head of people we've seen or talked to who had something cool, who had something going on, and we're just doing research. So help us out, man. Send us a story. And then thank you so much to our sponsors. We can't do this without them. The travel, the equipment purchases, all that kind of stuff, they make it possible. So if you'll support them that support us, we'd appreciate it as well. Summit Motors or Summit Racing Equipment, Deechworks, Molly Motorsports, Driven Racing Oil, Howard's Cams supporting my Torque Monster shirt today. J-Wire Solutions, who was in here earlier. WAF Racing, Performer Built Transmissions, who was on last week or 2 weeks ago talking about 4L80 budget tips. Man, it was awesome. Car Change 3D, Power Tube TV, Sweet Patina with the best hand cleaning wipes on the market, and then Racing Junk Classifieds. Y'all can't do without them. Please spend your money there if you have the opportunity. And we'll see you Wednesday night for episode 104. As of right now, it looks like I'll be in a hotel room with a cheer competition. So it's going to be a good time. And we'll see you then. Episode 104. Can't believe we're already that far.
Yep. All right. See you guys.